What's cracking, YouTube? It's Elliot here from Neanderthal Fitness, coming at you with my next weekly update, and today is back to that, second style of video where I'm just filming it all in one. So I filmed a couple of bits of footage, but literally only like 2 minutes on 2 different days, and so I just thought, you know what, I'll just film a video for you now, break down the week and tell you that this week has been terrible. It's been a really bad week, and next week I have high hopes to get completely back to it. So to be 100% strict on my diet again starting tomorrow, and really strict on my training. So basically Monday started, it went okay, had a pretty good training session, hit new reps on things, but didn't really get any massive forward progress. Tricep push down is really killing me right now. I'm doing 32 kilos tricep push down, 3 sets, and I'm managing to get one more rep on the last set for like the last 3 times I've been in. So I went like 12, 12, 8, 12, 12, 9, 12, 12, 10, and I'm just like, come on, I just want to hit 12, 12, 12, so I can put the weight up to 36, which I think is the next one up on the stack, the thing I use. But basically, yeah, Monday was an okay training session. Food was good, Monday, Tuesday. I think Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, I didn't weigh myself. My food was just kind of sparse. I needed to go shopping, but I was being lazy, and I just kind of had a crap week. Sometimes you have a week where you don't feel great, you don't really want to do that much, and you're just like, oh, I just want to eat chocolate and blah. But I still managed to train. I've trained Wednesday, and Wednesday was okay, but again, not a fantastic step forward, but definitely no steps back. Getting closer to benching 45 for 3 sets of 10, which is cool, because 47.5 for 3 sets of 10, because then that's 50, which will then, only leave me 10 kilos away from my aim of 60. Friday's training session was actually terrible. This is where it gets really bad, because I went into this other gym where I was potentially going to be PTing, and I trained there, and a lot of their equipment was really old, and I wasn't used to where things were. Just things like that throw you off when you're used to working out in one place, always doing your deadlifts in the same place, always doing your bench in the same place, using the same bench, the same squat rack, whatever. Everything's a little bit different, and it just really threw me off. Knocked me for 6, and I didn't even do my proper routine. So tomorrow morning is going to be back in the gym, back in my normal training gym, and back to trying to get back, well, not trying, will be getting back to my actual routine and really trying to push it through. So yeah, just trying to make progress, and yeah, back on my eating and everything. So I weighed myself this morning, 147.8, so I haven't really lost any weight, but whether that much of it extra this week is muscle, who knows, because my training's been a bit crap and my eating's been a bit crap. But just a few other things to address before I let you guys go today, is, 2 comments I had. One guy has asked, it looks like you've gained some muscle and lost some fat, which is fantastic, thank you very much. So, is it difficult to bulk without gaining fat, or to gain muscle without gaining fat? And I think the simple answer is yes. I think that I have gained fat. I probably almost certainly have gained fat, the amount of weight I've gained. I think what we're getting at is that because of the amount of muscle I'm gaining, my body fat percentage may still be going down even though I'm gaining fat. So it really depends on the person, and it depends on your calorie surplus. For some people, you can eat like 200 calories over maintenance, gain loads of weight. For some people, you got to eat like 600-700 over maintenance before you even start to gain anything. So I can't say at this point how much fat I'm gaining and how much muscle I'm gaining, so I really can't answer that question. Once I finish bulking for like 10, 12 months, whatever it is, then I will be able to give you a better idea of what I've done and how much fat and how much muscle I've gained. And another guy commented, two guys commented and said, oh, it's a dreamer bulk, you're just gaining loads of fat, whatever. And you know, there's two things that bug me about that. One is, you know, I've gained half an inch on my upper arms in 4 weeks. That's a lot of freaking muscle to put on your arms in 4 weeks. You know, and to say that like the majority of the weight I'm gaining is fat, I think is frankly completely false, right? I'm no scientist. I haven't taken my body fat percentage, but my goddamn arm muscles have grown by half an inch in you know, in 4 weeks, and my chest and back is bigger, and my waist isn't that much bigger than it was before. So yeah, I've gained fat. Of course I've gained fat, but I'm confident I've gained the majority of that weight as muscle. So you know, if you don't know how my body is reacting yet, and you can't physically see that I'm getting fat or I'm not getting fat, you know, don't try and put someone down for what they're choosing to do. You know, the way I'm choosing to bulk, I think, is working great for me now, and I think it'll work well for other people. I have no illusion that I won't have to cut at the end of this, but I still think a vast majority of what I'm gaining currently is muscle. And if I have to slow the bulk down as I go, I will make that assessment. And the second thing that bugs me is this kind of limitation that people are setting on themselves and they're setting on me. You know, okay, there might be people on the internet, there might be people who've written books or whatever, or appeared on TV shows, and they've said, oh, you can only gain 1/4 pound of muscle a month, or 1/2 pound of muscle a month. So if you gain more than 1/2 pound a month, you're just getting fat. And you know what? Fuck the people who say that shit, right? Everyone is different. Everyone has different limitations. And you can try and gain, as, you know, you can go with that and you can say, all right, yeah, I'm scared that I'm going to get fat, so I'm only going to gain 1 pound per month. The calorie surplus you're in to gain 1 pound per month is so damn small that there's probably, you know, no chance that you're going to be gaining 100% of the muscle you could gain. And even if I gain 1 pound of fat per month, but I gain 1.5, 2, or even arguably say 3 pounds of muscle a month, then I would rather gain, let's even make that situation worse, I would rather gain 3 pounds of muscle a month and 4 pounds of fat than I would gain 1/2 pound of muscle and 1/2 pound of fat. You know, because gaining that extra muscle is just better, right? You want the extra muscle. You want to get as big as you can, as fast as you can. And further to that, being in a big calorie surplus gives your body the best possible situation to build muscle. I'm not saying you can't build muscle on a smaller calorie surplus than I'm doing, and I'm not saying you can't build muscle in a calorie deficit, because again, some people seem to show that against what the science says, that can be done. However, I think my body is in a good anabolic state due to the amount of calories I'm eating. I'm gaining a good amount of muscle, and I feel good about that. If I get to the point where, you know, I feel I'm getting fat, maybe I'll scale it back. But a good example of a guy is George Lehman, right? George Lehman is a freaking huge guy. He bulked up to over 400 pounds. No doubt he was fat when he was 400 pounds. He was definitely fat. But now that he's done that and he's way out bulked anyone else, now he's cut down and he's relatively lean at like 300, over 300 pounds. He's got a damn sight more muscle on him thanks to that bulking than, you know, people who don't really gain that much size. You know, people who lean bulk, I've said it before, I'll say it again, seem to top out at about 160 to 180 pounds. If you want to be 200 pounds, you want to be 220, 250, 300 pounds of lean muscle, you've got to get a bit fat, you've got to gain that extra size. You know, you've got to put the extra work in to gain the weight and put on the muscle. You've got to put your body in the best possible position to build muscle. So I would rather get fat for a while and end up being like 220, 230 pounds ripped out of my goddamn mind than stay lean year round and only gain 10, I don't know, 4 pounds, 5 pounds of muscle in a year, as opposed to, you know, getting a bit fat but gaining 10, gaining 20 pounds of muscle in a year. And I don't care who comes on here and says that's not possible. You don't know what's possible for another person. You probably don't even know what's possible for you because you probably haven't worked your ass off hard enough to find out. I haven't worked my ass off hard enough yet. I'm only just getting started, but I'm prepared to put that work in, you know, and I'm not going to get my ass off, you know, I'm not going to get down about someone saying, oh, you can't do that. I'm going to try and do it. I'm going to try and get as big as I can, gain as much muscle as I can, and then I'll get cut, and then you can come back and you can tell me if my style of bulking and my style of training has worked. Right now, 4 or 5 weeks in, you don't know shit about how, you only know what I've told you. You haven't taken my body fat percentage, you haven't seen my strength increases, you haven't seen, you can't really tell how much muscle or not I've gained yet. You might be right, and if you are, I'll apologise for all this sass, right? But I'm going to carry on doing things my way, and, you can either follow along and see what happens, or you can just say, oh no, it's physically impossible to gain more than 1/4 pound a month, of muscle, and I'm just going to stick to that. What other people have told me, I don't even know because I haven't experimented with myself. That's the video. Enough of me being a cocky shit. If you like the video, comment, subscribe. See you in the next one.